Look at here now, energy stored in the capacitor. What is energy stored? It is how much amount of work we are going to do in order to increase the value of charge in the capacitor. Like we take capacitor, like this is one plate and there's a one more plate. Okay, now we are going to charge it. So what we're going to charge, this is capacitor we're going to charge. Finally, the charge and capacitor when it is completely filled like this, it will be. And what is the direction of electric field from positive plate to negative plate? That is the direction of electric field. So if you look at this, the derivation, the total energy stored. I'm not going for derivation. I'll look at directly the formula. The energy stored, we are going to get what now? Half C V square. We derived. That is the energy stored. What type of energy it is? Electrostatic potential energy. It is like that. Okay, energy stored in the capacitor. So it is half CV square. Okay, now, so in terms of C and V is there. Only this formula is now, right? No, there are so many formulas out there. Look at now, we know already the capacitance of a capacitor C and having a charge Q is related to how? Q equal to C into V. Now I can replace in the place of here. So wherever C is there, no, I can write Q by V, right? Here, so it will be what now? U equal to 1 by 2 in the place of C, Q by V into V square. One time V is going to cancel. It is half QV. That is one more formula. In terms of C and V, in terms of Q and V. Can we write in terms of C and Q? Of course we can write. I need to replace what now? V here. So from here I can write from one more equation like V equal to Q by C. Now look at here, it will become again what now? Half C. In the place of V square, I'll write Q square by V square. So is there anything is going to cancel? Okay, not V square, it is C square. One time C is going to cancel. It has become Q square by 2C. So these are the three formulas. This is the one. This is second one. This is third one. These are the three formulas we use for what now? Energy stored in the capacitor depending upon the what question they are given to us. Okay. So here there is a one more concept is the energy density. Energy density. What is meant by energy density? It is energy stored per unit volume is what we call energy density. Okay, this is what we call energy stored per unit value. What we call energy density. This is energy U divided by volume of this capacitor. So plate area is A and the distance between the plate is D. That is what we call AD. So this is what we call energy density of the capacitor. Okay, how can we obtain this one, sir? So in a simple way we can obtain. As we know, energy stored is half CV square, right? Energy stored is already we take here half CV square. So I'll take U equal to half C V square, where C is the capacitance of a capacitor given by epsilon naught A by D. So we insert here, it is 1 by 2 epsilon naught A by D into V square. That is energy stored. Okay, now I'm going to divide this one by value because I need to get energy density. Energy density I want. So energy density nothing but energy per volume, that is area into distance. Energy how much we got here? That is half epsilon naught A by D is V square divided by A into D. So if you look at this, what is going to cancel now? Look at here now. Okay. So what are the things are going to cancel now? So here it has become half this epsilon naught A divided by this will come here, right? Yes or no? It is D into A into D into this is V square is there, V square we keep, and here area is going to cancel. It has become 1 by 2 epsilon naught divided by D square, and here V is there. No, I'll write V like this because we know electric field is equal to potential divided by distance. Then V equal to E into D. So it will become what now? E into D whole square. Now one d square and this d square is going to cancel. It has become energy density. Energy density become what now? Half epsilon naught E square. So this is the one formula you need to remember in the case of energy density for calculation. Okay, this formula you should remember half epsilon naught E square. Okay, and now look at some important things now. Note note, because these things will help you a lot. So when the capacitors are in series, okay, for series combination, capacitors are connected in what combination? Series combination. What is constant in series combination? Q is constant. Means what now? Charge remains constant. So charge is what now? Remains constant. So as charge remains constant, so energy stored, we are going to write in this way as like this formula. That third formula we're going to use here. So I can say now energy stored as ratio U1, ratio U2, ratio U3, like so on. So I can take any number. I can say Q square by 2C1 ratio Q square by 2C2 ratio Q square by 2C3. So of course here C1, C2, C3 are constant different. Q is same, 2 is same. I can write U1 ratio U2 ratio U3 just as 1 by C1 ratio 1 by C2 ratio 1 by C3. So this formula will help you a lot. Remember, like when they're connected in series, the energy are in the ratio of 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3. Okay, sir, what if they're connected in parallel combination? Okay, for parallel combination. So what is constant in parallel combination, students? Potential is constant, V is constant. So I need to prefer which equation? I need to prefer this equation number 1 here. So I can directly now, since here voltage is constant, so potential is constant, I can directly write U1 ratio U2 ratio U3 is equal to C1 ratio C2 ratio C3. That's the ratios you can direct directly. Okay, now the question will come to mind. Sir, one is positive charge plate, one is negative charge plate. Whether they're going to attract each other? Because of different types of polarity, they must attract, right? Then what is the force between them? Can we use Coulomb's law? No. We can go in a different way. Look at now force between the plates of the capacitor now. So now we'll look at force between plates of the capacitor. Force between plates of the capacitor. Now, as we know one formula here, force is equal to negative potential gradient, okay, negative potential energy gradient. I told you in the last class, I think, force is equal to minus delta U. This is Dirac delta function, that is not, okay, not Dirac delta, sorry, that is different. And this is a derivative function, delta, we're not going partial derivative function, it is, we use here. So where U is energy. Okay, this energy, what we got now already, we know, half CV square, right? Energy we got, and especially if you take an energy density, since it is a conservative force field. Okay, so this energy is given by what? Energy is given by, can we write like this, half epsilon naught E square multiplied by area into D? Because from the energy density concept, U by AD is equal to what we got, half epsilon naught E square. This AD will come here, it will become U. That is U we are going to use. Then minus D by dx. Okay, I'll take this not D, I'll take as X. That is the distance between the plates. I'll take now as what now? I'll take X it is. I'll take how much now it is? X I'll take as of now. So it will become X. So now it will become what now? Half epsilon naught E square A into X. Now differentiate, right? You need to differentiate. If you differentiate all remaining constant, it will become what now? Negative 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square into A. That is the force between the plates of the capacitor. This is epsilon naught, okay? It is what now? Force between the plates of the capacitor. Okay, this is negative sign indicating what now here? It is always an attraction. So always those two plates attract each other. Okay, that is. Now we need to look at a different cases now. Effect of dielectric on a various factors. That is very important, frequently asked so many times. So this is clear. So in magnitude, if you are taken a force, it will become what now? 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square into A. That is what now? Force between plates of the capacitor. Okay, now this is the thing. So one more topic now we need to discuss that is really important for the point of examination. What is the topic? So this slide is clear to all of you, right? This is a plate 1, this is a plate 2, this is a capacitor C. We have taken energy density, so and so. Okay, now look at now. Now we'll go for effect of dielectric. On various factors. Okay, various factors. In the case of what now? Of course, parallel plate capacitor. I'll take case 1 now. Case 1. Okay. So in the case 1, first I'll take what now? A capacitor. I'll connect this capacitor to what now? A battery. Okay, this is a battery of potential V. Okay, now this battery keep connected. Okay, we are going to remove battery. It is keep connected. So as it connected, what will happen? The plates of the capacitor are going to get charged to some potential V. Okay, so now there is no medium, there is air medium. Initial capacitance, let's say C naught. It is given by what now? Epsilon naught A by D. Okay, now what I do? I will introduce a dielectric now. I'll introduce a dielectric between the plates of the capacitor of dielectric constant Kc. So now see what will happen now. What will happen to capacitance? Look at now. As you introduce between the plates of the capacitor, there is a dielectric. What will happen to the potential? Potential will always decrease now. As potential always decrease. But the thing is, this capacitor is connected to what now? Battery. Since it is connected to battery, as soon as potential decreases here, the battery will make it to come to again original potential. So because there is a battery connected, so since the battery is connected, potential remains constant. Potential will not change. V is constant. It is how much? That is equal to potential of the battery. That is equal to what? No, potential of the battery remains constant. As potential remains constant, okay, then we need to look at now what will happen to capacitance. So capacitance, look at this equation. First thing, potential constant. Capacitance now. Capacitance become what now? K times of epsilon naught A by D, where epsilon naught A by D taken as C naught. So it will become C equal to K times of C naught. So capacitance increases by K times. Now look at sir, what about the charge now? Next property, look at now charge now. What will happen to charge? So we know already the formula Q equal to C times of V, where C become what now? K times of C naught, right? Initially charge how much was there? Q naught equal to C naught into V naught, where V naught was the initial potential. Now potential remains constant, not going to change. So it will become what now? C become what now? K times of C naught. Okay. It is okay. Sorry, it is C naught. It is. Yeah. K times of C naught, where potential remains same, no potential we write as it is. So C naught into V naught, it is like Q naught. Okay, here potential V remains V naught, that is remains constant as same. So it will become what now? K times of Q naught. So charge also increases. Okay, so what will happen to sir? Energy stored, sir? Energy stored. Look at now energy. Energy stored E. Okay, let us take U, right? It is U equal to R C V square. Potential remains constant. No change in potential. So it will become what now? It will become 1 by 2. C become what? K C naught. K C naught into V square. So it will become what now? 1 by 2. So C naught into V square into KV, right? It will become what now? K times of U naught. where U naught is what now? U naught is the initial energy stored. So potential energy, the energy stored is also increases. Now look at sir, what will happen to electric field? Next one is electric field. So we know the relation E equal to V naught by D. So V is remains constant, D also remains constant. So electric field E also remains constant. Electric field also become what now? Remains constant. It is not going to change at all. Okay. So this is the thing when there is a battery connected. Now let us go now second case number 2. Now we take a capacitor. We connect to battery. We charge it to some potential, say V, not initially. Okay, and then we remove the battery. What we do? We remove the battery now. Battery is not there. Now, after removing a battery, we going to introduce what now? We are going to introduce a dielectric constant. Dielectric constant of K. Now let us see now what will happen if you introduce dielectric constant K. So let us see now as you introduce, so potential is going to decrease by K times. First thing. Second thing, as potential decreases, electric field also decreases by K times. Sir, what will happen to capacitance? The capacitance will be remains constant. Now, no. In the case also here, the potential is going to increase by K times. Means capacitance is going to increase again by what now? K times of C naught. Where C naught is what now again? C naught is epsilon naught A by D. So capacitance increases, voltage decreases, electric field decreases. Electric field also what now decreases. So as now electric field decreases, now look at now, we take energy stored. Energy stored is what now? Half. We cannot take CV square now. I'm going to take it as what now? Half Q square by C. Why I'm taking this is because the reason is the charge remains constant. What is constant here? Charge remains constant. Why remains constant? Because look at here now, as you introduce potential decreases, its capacity increases. As capacity increases, it can hold more charge, but there is no battery here. Since the battery is not connected, so the charges remain same. As charge remains same, I should take this equation now. So what will happen here now? E become 1 by 2 Q square by K times of C. So energy become what now? U naught by K. Where U naught is given by what now? It is Q square by 2 C naught. That is going to happen. Okay, this is initially and this is finally. Okay, this is going to happen. Energy also decreases by how many times? K times. So this is what now effect. Anything we left here? So charge we have done. Energy we have done here also. Potential also we have done. Capacitance also we have done. Electric field also done. So students, I request you to please remember this topic very well because there will be definitely the questions will be there. Okay, on this. So now I'll take now like next exam, next thing. I'll take 2 capacitors and they're connected now with the help of some plug key. Okay, as you close the plug key, what will happen? They start sharing the charges. Okay, initial charge if I take Q1, Q2, final charge. Okay, initially Q1 and Q2 they are taken. Final charge will be what now? The total charge remains constant, that is Q1 plus Q2. So it is what now? C1 plus C2 into V, because it's going to achieve common potential now. These two, it is C1 V1 plus C2 V2. So from where we take this formula, Q equal to C into V, where V is common on left hand side now. Why? Because it's common, because these two are connected and both are going to achieve common potential. Initial charge must be equal to final charge, like that. So then V is given by what now? C1 V1 plus C2 V2 divided by C1 plus C2. This is a formula for common potential. You should remember this formula very well. There are many questions from this formula even. Okay, that is the effect of who means that when the two charges, when they're connected, what will happen? The redistribution of energy. Potential will be remains constant. That's the one thing. Okay, so next one thing I want to discuss and end of the session. Okay, that is last application related to that. So simple thing, let us take note or something what we call application, whatever you call. There are n identical drops there. N identical drops are there. Each are having a charge how much now? Q. So Q is charge on each. Charge on each drop. Now what we do? We combine them and we form a bigger drop. What we do? We combine them and we form a bigger drop. Then what will happen to the radius, charge, capacitance, all those things we need to look at. Okay, so for big drop, let us say now big drop. Big drop means combination of this n identical drop. What will happen? First thing I'll say, see, as we combine, what will happen? Potential means so volume remains constant, right? The volume of n identical drop must be equal to volume of the biggest drop, right? So I'll take now volume remains constant. Volume remains constant. As the volume remains constant, let us see now. Initial volume is how much now? Initial volume is 4 by 3 pi. Okay. 4 by 3 pi r cube multiplied by n. Why? Because there is a volume of one drop, n drops are there. That is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Capital R I am taking the reserve radius of the bigger drop. What is going to cancel? 4 by 3 pi is going to cancel. N times of r cube equal to capital R cube. Then the radius of the new drop, bigger drop, will be how much now? It will be n power 1 by 3 times of r. So that's the one thing. So this is about what now? Radius. Okay, one thing. Radius is going to happen. Now what will happen to second point? Charge now. Charge on bigger drop, it is equal to n times of charge on small drop. Because it is what type of quantity? Stellar quantity. We just add up them. Properties we are going to use. We add up them. That's the one thing. If you look at the third one, what will happen? Capacity. Now capacity means like capacitance. What will happen? So as we know what is the capacitance of a spherical drop? Do you know? What is the formula? Look at now. Small formula I'll write here. I'll get that here. There is a spherical sphere of radius, let's say r. A sphere of radius r that we know. What is the potential on surface? Is q by 4 pi epsilon naught times of r. Then capacitance we know formula q by v. So we use the formula q by v means what now? Q divided by 4 pi epsilon r. Q is going to cancel. So this will come to where now? Numerator. It will become 4 pi epsilon r. This is the capacitance. Now look at here capacitance C. What we taken now? So this capacitance become what now? 4 pi epsilon naught. There is a radius r, right? So we need to use what now? In the place of r, we need to use as r. How much you got here? Look at this. We need to introduce that. It will become 4 pi epsilon naught n power 1 by 3 times of small r. Okay. So what is the capacitance of a smaller drop? If I take capacitance of a smaller drop, like let us say the bigger drop it is, that is what is the capacitance of smaller drop? 4 pi epsilon naught times of r. So here this I'll write like this, n to the power of 1 by 3 into C. That is the capacitance of bigger drop. C is motor. C naught is what here? Bigger drop. Okay. So this is the one thing. This capacitance will. So now look at now. You may find, sir, what and all you are saying. These things we didn't even study. Okay, this is like application, because if you know this application, it will be easy for you to solve. Like bigger drop, smaller drop, when we combine them. This is the way in which the question will be asked. Now let us look at now fourth one, potential. What will happen to potential now? Again, potential we know. Look at this formula again. Potential of the each drop will be that much, right? And we know one more formula. We can take this formula also. So potential will be new potential of a bigger drop equal to Q by new capacitance. So Q already we know n times of Q divided by new capacitance we know already n to the power of 1 by 3 times of C. It will become what now? It is n to the power of 1 minus 1 by 3 times of Q by C. So 1 minus 1 by 3 become n to the power of 2 by 3. Q by C means V, initial potential. So this is a new potential. Okay. So then energy. So fifth one will be what now? Energy. So in the case of energy, what will happen now? Again, we take here energy equal to Q square by 2C. Okay. That is equal to what now? Q square, charge. It will become what now? N square, Q square. There were 2 times of capacitance become what actually here it is. It is n to the power of 1 by 3 C. So I am going to simplify n to the power of 2 minus 1 by 3 multiplied by Q square by 2C. That is a new energy U dash. That is U dash equal to, it will become what now? N to the power of 5 by 3 into U. This is U now. Initially means charge, means potential energy of each drop. So these are the things you need to know. That is enough. So one more, if you want it like this, you can get that so many things. Even energy density, surface charge density also is there like that. You can get it. Okay. So these are the various things. What will happen when we combine a small drop into a bigger drop? Like I have taken n identical drop I took. They may give you any value like n equal to, use your favorite question is 24 drops. Or 20 drops, 60 drops, whatever any number of drops are given to you. Okay, this is about now about the combination, like when we combine these three things. So this is about the chapter theory part, what we're discussing. So is it clear to all of you now? Capacitance part theory.